Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you with the Raw preview for March 14th, 2016. We are on our road to WrestleMania now. We had a little bit of a roadblock with the WWE special on Saturday night. I don't know to call it a WWE special or a pay-per-view, but we are working towards WrestleMania now. Dean Ambrose did beat Triple H, so now he has a clear cut, of knowing what he is going to do for WrestleMania. Honestly, I think any wrestling fan out there knew that Brock Lesnar already had a match against Dean Ambrose. Triple H already had a match against Roman Reigns. And to me, honestly, maybe they could have made Roadblock seem like a bigger deal if you would have brought Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar into this feud. The one thing I think back upon is a Monday Night Raw match between Bret the Hitman Hart and Psycho Sid inside of a steel cage. And this was on the go-home show to WrestleMania, where Stone Cold was going to be facing Bret Hart, Undertaker was going to be facing Sid. One thing leads to another. Stone Cold Steve Austin figures out, he gets it in his head, like, if Bret Hart wins this match, I hate this guy. But I have a shot for the championship at WrestleMania because I already have a match against him. And then basically because Stone Cold Steve Austin comes down and starts helping Bret, Undertaker comes down and he starts getting involved in this match. There was never really a backup plan. They kept on saying that Dean Ambrose was going to screw up the plans for WrestleMania if he won the match. But nobody ever really knew what that meant. Did that mean that Dean Ambrose would then fight Triple H in a rematch for the championship, and then Brock would face Roman because they were the odd men out? Or would, Dean Ambrose would then be fighting Roman Reigns for the championship because Roman Reigns won at Fastlane, and I guess Triple H would be the odd man out fighting Brock Lesnar? Nobody ever really figured that out, so it never really became a big deal. The matches were good. Swagger versus Jericho, excellent. Natalya versus Charlotte was really, really good. Triple H versus Ambrose was even really good. But I never really got invested into the matches because I knew that it was going to be a show. If anything was going to have a title change, it was going to be that NXT Tag Team title, the Revival against Enzo and Kaz. Anything else, maybe the New Day against the League of Nations, maybe that could have a title change, but nothing else really got me involved in this. The one thing that's going to be going down with Monday Night Raw this week is going to be the return of Roman Reigns. It's time to put up or shut up. Honestly, I don't know how many weeks they have to build up for Monday Night Raw now. I've lost track. I've just sort of given up thinking that it's never coming. We're never going on this WrestleMania trip. But it looks like they've got the 14th, the 21st, and then the 28th, and that's it. So we've got 3 weeks of Monday Night Raw left. Dean Ambrose has sort of filled in as the number one guy due to Roman Reigns' injury, and I think that honestly, as of right now, it's put up or shut up time. 2 weeks of not having Roman Reigns on television because of his busted up nose. We need to have payback, and we need to have it now. I would have thought that if I was in charge, I would have had Roman Reigns sort of charge the ring during and or after the Triple H versus Ambrose match, taking out Triple H, sort of showing maybe he was able to escape Ambrose, but he wasn't going to escape him. So now he's on the clock of when is he going to show up and how is he going to show up. Definitely, in my mind, Roman Reigns needs to make an impact, and he needs to show Triple H that he means to be physical, because definitely with being a fan of WWE, if there is going to be any kind of activity between these guys against each other, it is going to be on this show, because more than likely the 21st is going to be some sort of a contract signing, which is a whole bunch of bullshit when it comes to it. And then everybody can remember the go-home show to WrestleMania last year with the tug-of-war between Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar. I want to see Roman come down out of nowhere. I want to see the big Superman punch knocking out Triple H, and then give him a beating. And some people have pointed to the fact that we've already seen this. When Triple H, taped up the fist and came down and beat up Roman Reigns, it was payback from TLC. I sort of thought the payback from TLC was him being number 30 in the Royal Rumble and sort of showing him that he wasn't going to be champion, that Triple H was going to win the belt. That's how I've always looked at what was going down. But Roman's going to be coming back more than likely on this Monday Night Raw. If not, you might as well cancel WrestleMania, because I have no idea what they're going to be doing. But there's going to be a lot of fun stuff on Monday Night Raw. With the rest of Monday Night Raw, of course, you have to look at the co-main event of WrestleMania 32, and that's Shane McMahon versus The Undertaker in Hell in a Cell. Last week, we had basically almost a face-to-face interaction. Vince was at the top of the ramp. Shane was inside of the ring. Basically, Vince was basically saying that he was disowning Shane McMahon as his son. He stomped on a picture of Shane McMahon and him from his childhood, and then basically sent security down to the ring to try and take care of Shane McMahon, which Shane McMahon beat up the security and then left. I know you want to show off that Shane McMahon is tough and Shane McMahon's not going to back down from any fight, so he was able to beat up 2 or 3 security guards at one time, but what was the point of him fighting off the security if he wasn't going to leave? Honestly, in my mind, Vince should have sent the security down there. Shane should have beat him up, and then maybe we should have saw some sort of a preview of what Shane McMahon is going to be bringing to Raw to sort of freshen it up. I don't really know what you can do other than having some sort of a promo. I can definitely see that Triple H is not a part of this storyline with Shane and Triple H, but Shane, Triple H, and Vince. He's not a part of it. I think that's going to be the storyline for after WrestleMania, once Triple H beats Roman, and then once Shane beats Undertaker to take over. I think then you draw towards Triple H versus Shane as a storyline. But I wouldn't be surprised if the focus of Monday Night Raw is going to be Shane and Stephanie. With them giving a promo back and forth, which should be very good, because every time we've seen Stephanie and Shane and the building points of this storyline, you can't tell if it's real or fake, and that's some of the best stuff involved in professional wrestling. And if you just have these 2 siblings go down there and have it out in the ring, you're going to be wanting to piece together everything that they say, trying to figure out what means something that might not mean exactly what they said. You know, what tone was put into there that might be able to show you that they're actually shooting on each other, because I actually think that there is a little bit of friction between Stephanie and Shane about what went down, about who is going to be running WWE in the future. Sami Zayn should be a big focus of Monday Night Raw. Definitely he is going to be seeing something for the Intercontinental Championship. I don't know if it's going to be Kevin Owens at KO Mania against Sami Zayn one-on-one, but it sort of seems like Miz, Dolph Ziggler, and Neville are all a part of this, so I don't know if it's going to be a ladder match, which, you know, everybody thinks they're going to do because they did the same thing last year. But Sami Zayn came out there. He had the tag match on SmackDown. He had the win over Stardust in a very good match, which they gave a lot of time to, very surprisingly, on the network special. So probably seeing something involved with Sami Zayn to try to show how good this are. Maybe they're going to be putting together the Divas match, trying to show what is going down. We've seen Lana sort of pair up with Summer Rae. Brie, I guess, is always going to have Alicia Fox in her pocket from Team Bella. But I think you still need to find a way to work maybe Paige, maybe Natalya, and I guess Naomi and Tamina into the mix and show, you know, what they're doing. If it's just a match to get all the divas on there, or if there actually is going to be a storyline between Lana and Brie having a match. Jericho is probably going to get some sort of retribution for burning the shirt in a segment that honestly was very good, that I'm pretty sure nobody really saw, between Jericho putting the shirt into the burning fire trash can on SmackDown. This was a cool promo about basically Jericho going off on the fans for having every chance in the world to cheer him, and they never really got behind him, but they got behind AJ Styles, which is a lot into it. I don't know how many years older AJ or how many years older Jericho is than AJ, but I'm sure Jericho is looking at AJ Styles sort of like Father Time. I'm sure Jericho has got about 5 years on him at least, and everybody is saying the things about AJ Styles that they used to say about Chris Jericho, about being a very entertaining and a very great wrestler. They broke news today that they're going to be having a tag team championship match on Monday Night Raw, which is going to be the New Day going up against the League of Nations, but this time instead of Sheamus and King Wade Barrett, it's going to be Rusev and Del Rio. So New Day, 2 days after already defending the championships, are going to be turning around and going right into another match with a different pairing, which is fresh from the New Day. Definitely everybody has heard the rumors that it's going to be New Day against League of Nations. I don't know if that means that League of Nations is actually going to steal a win and actually become champions. I don't know. Honestly, when it comes down to it, I just want to see him ride the unicorns. I've said it in videos that the New Day has sort of been tying on me, and they're not as over as me as they used to be. But when they unveiled that cereal box with that T-shirt, I marked out a lot. I thought that it was fake, and then when I saw the WWE shop actually put it up, I was thinking about how I was going to get that thing home in my suitcase without the cereal box getting all messed up. I'll be 100% honest. That's a very cool idea. I know it's $10 for a cereal box, but sometimes you got to make sacrifices, and WrestleMania only comes once a year. But that's going to be Monday Night Raw. I will tell you that, honestly, I think it's going to have to be all built around that Roman Reigns return. Shane and whatever he does, I don't know if that's going to be something to save the show. It's probably only going to be a 15-minute segment out of a 3-hour deal. But I don't know, man. With this sort of a preview on WWE.com, it looks like it might be a rough Monday Night Raw.